Shalom. Once we're giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, but Shimei Shah, but Shimei Kakodash. Devil unto to the elder apostles, great male, son, rule well, and teach well. Hazak Shalom to brothers with just will shoot system might be tuned in, listen, earning. Just get right into it. I got this article. It says massive job losses feared in Austria without Russian gas. 300,000 people could be laid off if energy supply stops. This suspension of Russian gas supplies would be a serious blow to the welfare of the Austrian people, as it threatened some 300,000 jobs. Kronen Zeitung newspaper reported, citing the Federation of Austrian Industries. According to the president of the Federation, George Neil, almost the entire food industry depends on the supply of blue fuel. Steel production also requires huge capacities. He said nothing that other industries will also be seriously affected. Right. So when you think about energy, when you think about the gas, it's a lot of things that's ran through gas. Even it's majority of things that's run through energy is ran through gas. But it's gonna affect everything. If you ain't got gas in the storage houses, how you gonna be able to freeze the food? How you gonna be able to, different things like that is gonna affect, in the times that we coming into, which this is Australia, but we know that it's gonna trickle down to America, Babylon the Great, which is gonna be nothing that people can do to stop this. If you ain't got, different resources, what can you really do to be able to put something like this off? That's how you know that these plagues is from the Lord. Like the scriptures, it reminds me of the scripture in the book of Isaiah chapter 31. It say, woe to them that go down to Egypt. The second verse going to how him that falleth shall, paraphrasing, be destroyed, and him that is helping shall, gonna be destroyed as well. So there ain't really nothing that these people gonna do or be able to do to stop these plagues from really, heating up and getting worse and worse. I'm gonna read the second paragraph again. It says, according to the president of the Federation, George Neil, almost the entire food industry depends on the supply of blue fuel. So if 70 to 80% of the whole food industry, the food market, different grocery stores and stuff that's out there, even the shipment in which those grocery stores, storehouses is being filled up, through transportation. If you ain't got this, the fuel to be able to continue and operating in a system where, these different vehicles is dropping off food, then how, what is that gonna trickle down to? How is people gonna be affected by that? It's gonna come to a point to where the food is gonna be limited because ain't no resources, starting with the gas, to be able to even transport food or anything like that. So once again, and that's not only gonna affect Austria, but Austria is tied into other kingdoms, so that's gonna slowly but surely affect the other kingdoms that's neighboring or allying with them as well. So once again, we watching all these prophecies fall into place, and it's like a domino effect. We see everything falling down as a domino. It says Neil said the authorities could first cut off gas to the country's enterprises, which is major concern for the nation's business owners. Right, but fuck those business owners. Everybody is about to be affected by this, not just the ones who own these major companies. Like, you might own an Amazon warehouse out in this or that. Like, fuck those people. They everybody is about to be affected by the plagues that's about to, about to come to pass. The middle class and the lower class and some of the rich, is gonna be getting knocked off too. It says, well, that's pretty much it on that. We're gonna get into In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Right, they say that the grinders cease because they are few. For one, there's gonna be few, work places where you can actually work in, because once again resources are gonna be limited because it's gonna be a financial war, not only amongst the people but amongst these different businesses as well, because when you got a lack of energy, because gas lines is getting cut and stuff like that, then who gonna be, you gonna have these different company buildings fighting with their finances for who's gonna keep their business up the longest. But ultimately, like we seen Jeff Bezos and some other guys buying up these different farming crops, telling people to burn their crop and stuff like that, and then start making farming crops themselves. Ultimately it's gonna get to a point to where everybody, all these small businesses and stuff like that, gonna be knocked off. You're gonna have these major banking owners such as Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, guys like that, who everybody is gonna have to flock towards them, because all these small businesses and stuff ain't gonna have no resources. So you're gonna have to flock towards them, and what they gonna have to provide you? They ain't gonna have nothing but the FEMA camps, the thing, et cetera, et cetera. That's the whole game plan. The current events that's about to fall into place. Because prophecy has to be fulfilled. But also these devils, they want to fulfill their belly. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few. The grinders are few, and we see that now. Everybody hiring. At least in Cleveland, it's like everybody hiring, but ain't no employees. But so look at 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So that's what time we're coming into, where the storehouses is going to be empty. The full storehouse that we see today, you can go to the store. Well, I wouldn't say a full shelf of food, because we feeling the effects now. You ain't going to see like a full shelf of food. Matter of fact, you might have a lot of supplies that's missing nowadays. Like me and the brother was doing some DoorDashing, where you had to go to the store and pick out some products that the DoorDash customer wanted you to pick up from the store, right? And we was passing by looking for but a lot of the supplies that they want, or a lot of the food that they wanted that was on a list, we couldn't find it. It wasn't there. It was none left on the shelf, and that was almost like half of what she wanted. So we had to keep like giving supplements for what was missing. We had to keep doing that, which that was a sign, like we at this point where supplies is really getting scarcity. It's a scarcity on supplies. Even right now, that's how you know that we in the midst of this thing, and it's about to really pop off. Everything is about to pop off. The internet being cut. The gas prices being fucking $20 a gallon if it gets to that. We'll let's see. It says this is a book of Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 9. It says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed yet, because it's not gonna be nobody who gonna be able to stop these plagues from invading this land and just destroying it. Ain't nobody. That's in the scripture in the book of 2nd Ezra, say the plagues are saying, who shall draw them away? We're paraphrasing. It says ain't no way that we're gonna be able to heal Babylon. Ain't no way in hell we're gonna be able to You know, this place is through. It says we will have healed Babylon and all these kingdoms too. Like all these kingdoms are through. Russia, Ukraine, all this shit through, man. It says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. You know, because these proud ass kings, the wicked kings of earth they have boasted themselves, and their pride, you know, has reached the sky, man. You know, you see all these different things, all these different accomplishments that they accomplish over the beating and over the back, working the shit out of Jake. You know, and so you know you see what he got, but the Lord is about to take this. You know, matter of fact, the scripture says it's gonna be taken in 1 hour. You know, but we see once again, you know, everything that's coming, everything that you see on the news and stuff like that. Like we do research on RT News and stuff like that. Everything that you see on here is taking effect. We being affected by this, even if we don't feel it in an instant. We being affected by every single little thing that's happening out in the world right now, dealing with, you know, the war and, you know, lack of bread. We being affected by this, you know, and once again it's gonna get to the point to where prophecy is completely fulfilled. You know, dealing with all these plagues, you know. But Lord willing, this edifying thought, y'all better shall forgive me the spirit of the lesson. So next time I say shalom, Bob a ball.